to Normies. We're here for Band of Brothers. We're back. Yes,
we're doing it.
We're here to watch it.
This video is sponsored by Manscaped. As a first-time Manscaped user, I gotta tell you, this thing is awesome. It's definitely the best trimmer I've used for my body grooming needs. The way it's designed, it's very difficult to like nick your skin on it. And all their products are awesome. The skincare products are amazing. The underwear is phenomenal. I love the underwear. It's soft. It's form-fitting. It is so comfortable. At one point in the day, I forgot I was wearing underwear. Like, it's that comfortable. I know you've seen Manscaped advertised hundreds of times here on YouTube. Take it from one more group of people telling you that the hype is real on this company.
So I've been actually using the Lawnmower 2.0 for years. This is a 3.0. And let me tell you, as a proud hairy Indian man that grows hair very fast in strange places, this helps trim the hedges very well.
Gentlemen, I have been using these products. This is my daily use right after the shower, and this one is for emergencies, especially for the ladies. Hey, alright.
Hello there, I'm Chris Johnson, and when I use the Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0 to craft the perfect downstairs topiary, I do it in style, with this cool little handy bag for traveling.
If you've ever been on the fence about trying Manscaped, there's no better time than now to try it. Use the link in the description, use code NORMIES to get 20% off of your purchase. If you've thought about trying Manscaped, I'm telling you there's no better time than now to try it. Check them out.
I'm so excited. This is we watched episode 2. That's on
episode 1.
We watched episode 1, Curry.
Yeah, that one should be on YouTube.
That one should be on YouTube.
Which was just kind of just them going through.
Hey, people in the office.
Yeah, it was a very nice intro.
We can't hear everybody else.
Like we were saying, man, hey, very excited. I think the last episode it was an introduction. We saw Dave Schwimmer, who was that one lieutenant.
Who
He
got
was
the
a
big-
fuckboy.
Yeah, he was that one lieutenant boy. You feel me? He was just like just that dude.
The first episode was just like them going through training. And
Yeah,
setting up the camaraderie. And,
oh yeah, and I think
He was that lieutenant that's like not compensating for something, but overly micromanaging, trying to show how hard he was. I guess.
Yes,
He
yes,
couldn't
yes.
even read a map.
Who
can't read a fucking map, bro?
You're not under the mic.
He was an interesting character because like his training, I feel like ultimately did pay off for those soldiers because they trained way harder than anybody else. But he himself sucked.
He did.
It's like he was able to preach but not practice.
He was a good coach, but a terrible player.
Yes, very much so, very much so. But remember, there was a lot of camaraderie between the teams, and it was basically this episode was basically the precursor to the infamous Day of Days, aka D-Day, which is gonna be now. That's where we left off, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, man, boys are about to
I
shoot behind enemy lines. I think it's gonna be
Yeah,
wild. I'm super interested in seeing what all goes down and how these fucking groups of dudes are gonna interact with each other on the ground now without any proper supervision. Shit's gonna get wild.
Yes, it's gonna get super wild. And like again, it's just like it's crazy to see because like we all know like how crazy D-Day was. We just like it's in some of our video games and it's like one of the most infamous days in World War II. And like it's just they've done a really good job of just like portraying the before
building up to it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, all these characters. I mean, that first episode, like I said, was just setting up the camaraderie. So now when they go, it's gonna be like, God damn, like.
Yeah, buddy.
Sorry, Mickey was all the characters and actors we recognized was really fun too. There were so many people in this series that like we know from nowadays. Like that guy who's he stars in like that Homeland show. And then
I know his name.
Yeah, this was a big show.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
The dude from Fringe is in there.
Dude from Fringe and the guy from.
He's also from. I'm not gonna say it. Chris, you know what's
the guy from Office Space?
Yeah.
I think so.
He is 100% the guy from
Oh
Office
yeah. So a lot of familiar.
Forgive us if we forget a little bit of intricacies from the first episode because it's been a minute. But from here on out, we are watching continuously.
Regularly.
So
yes.
We will be on it.
Yes. Remember, this is not a market substitute for the actual Band of Brothers show. Please support the OG content on Hulu. It's on HBO Max. If you want to check out our Patreon, we are a few episodes ahead. Our uncuts are on there as well. If you can't do either of that, please comment, like, or subscribe. That's the best you can do for free $99. Tell us how this show made you feel when it first came out, because this came out a long-ass time ago, and I know a lot of you folks are just loving the rewatch of this. So let us know. It'll be awesome. Let's do this.
After the success of this, they did a mini-series on Vietnam, too.
Oh, really?
Oh shit.
Shit, it must have been not that famous. I
It,
ain't
wa-
hear
it
of it.
wasn't as it wasn't as
Wasn't
popular.
as
All
well
right,
received.
I'm gonna go get my hat real quick. I'll be right back. Let's do this.
Oh, it's right there. I don't know why I thought it was gonna take a while.
All right, y'all ready for this? Bumping up, bumping up, bumping up, and up. Where is the world clock? The clock.
Man, war movies make me feel a certain type of way.
And 1917 was just
1917 was
phenomenal.
fucking dope.
Like going to war at that time's
Oh,
kind of sucked, bro. Because like you got like the shittiest guns.
People were still like lining up in ranks in World
Yeah.
War One and like wearing brightly colored like red pants and shit, and they were just getting fucked up for the first half. Like no one knew.
That's how we won.
Like
the
it was
American
like the first
Revolution.
stint
Fucking
of
red
World War
coats
One.
were just
I could
all in
see
one line, and we just gotta aim and shoot, and it was
the
easy.
lights on a
We
drop
saw it in
zone.
Black Sails.
And I had to assume that was our drop zone, way ahead of us. We came from the sky, we hit
Airborne Ranger.
in any direction you went, there would be enemy. You knew it. How do you prepare yourself? Mentally? Each man must do that himself.
That's crazy.
Fuck. They actually did that, man.
Yeah.
Those
Bro, like
guys.
you jump and then jump ready to fight.
You've been trained and trained and trained, and what your job is going to be, and what you're supposed to do, and that's what you got to think about, you know. And we lost a lot of people that night, but you try to put it all on your mind.
Man, I used to when I was in my work in the hospital, man, taking X-rays with these guys and some of the stories they would tell us, bro, it's just fucking horrifying.
One last thing about war, I want to quote Metal Gear Solid when they said that now it's just corporations and businesses fighting proxy wars. That's the damn truth.
It is so true.
Yeah.
Two little wines.
Training it just makes you autonomous. Like your body probably doesn't want to do it, but you're just like you have no fucking choice, man. You have no choice.
He's gonna check him.
He has to be the one to know that check himself. You
Yep,
might get the
it's
two to
not
check
a
him.
fucking storm.
Oh shit. Oh my
Yeah, bro, that
God.
shit is straight.
Oh shit! Ah!
That's insane.
Why don't you just jump out the plane immediately? Just like out of all the places.
Oh my god, so many people just didn't even make it to like the first phase, which was already fucked. That is your actual view, man. That's all you can see. Just
And you're like flailing around.
yeah, I
like,
just can't. How do you even get your bearings?
That was like the wrong speed to jump at, I think. They still went ahead for it, dudes.
I mean, they have no choice. They have no choice.
Bro, their pilots were suicide pilots.
I just kind of stand there and hope you don't get
Essentially,
shot.
that's a
Fuck
one-way
me.
mission.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, well, like 3 planes make it back. Like,
I don't think that's the correct reply, Trooper. I say flash, you say thunder. Yes, sir. Thunder, sir.
I don't think I've ever seen
Not sure how
the
that goes.
the perspective of an airborne ranger for this battle. Like, I always see it
Yeah.
coming from the boat
Yeah.
or the beach. Yeah.
And this is at night too.
Oh, this is the guy who
D-Day
lost.
From the beach was during the day.
So the
Also,
ones
isn't that Moriarty from Sherlock?
Yeah, he was in it, yeah.
Flash. Thunder.
Lieutenant, is it you?
Marky. Sir.
Good to see you, sir. Hey, fellas. Hey, everybody okay?
Good to see.
It must feel so good to see some
I
of your
know.
boys after that shit.
Alright, now we can fuck some people up now.
It doesn't matter what personal squabbles you had or whatever, you know, during the training portion, like what we saw last episode.
It's like let's get some revenge.
Light it. Go. Guard here.
Oh, they're right by enemy fucking headquarters or a little base.
They about to do a surprise attack.
Maybe it's not a headquarters, but it's some kind of sleeping quarters.
I feel like they're about to do a stealth attack, y'all. This is a stealth mission.
Oh shit.
Ain't gonna be nothing stealthy about it.
What the hell, bro? He did not give the command to fire.
No, guard near.
fucking idiot.
Next time I say wait for my command, you wait for my command, Sergeant.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
We're on
the
fucking job right now. Like,
No,
don't. This is
dude.
not the time for this shit. Aww.
Aw.
Yeah, put it out of his misery.
But it had to happen because
That-
that was gonna cause more people.
No, it was a horse. He killed the horse.
Yeah, but he was gonna call people to come there.
No, it was to put it out of its misery,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
True,
The horse gonna be like, hey
was-
man, they fucked me up.
I know. The people don't know the horses die, so they're gonna come. over.
Gonorrhea is his name.
Yeah, gonorrhea, you're
Besides
right.
having a shitty name, what's his problem?
The horse has a German accent. so-
Related to Bojack.
All right, let's move out.
Dude, that shit.
We were talking about whether or not the horse was gonna radio for help. Now I can't help but think it had a German voice.
Well, technically, it's probably a French horse, maybe that they just commandeered. So maybe it was a very French horse.
Aw, it just wanted to go see its honey boo boo, but it got commandeered by the Germans and then killed in war.
Top of the morning to you fellas. Enjoying the war? Where you from, son?
Eugene, Oregon.
Eugene? You gotta be kidding me. Popeye, did you hear this? I'm from Astoria.
Don't say.
Yeah. Orange Street. What gives? What are you doing in a Kraut uniform?
My family answered the call. All true Aryans should return to the fatherland.
You fucking Nazi!
Hey, Malachi! Stop fraternizing with the enemy! Get over here!
What got you to Eugene?
I was born in
Bro. Fucking Nazi.
Yeah,
Wow, I never even thought that was a possibility.
that's crazy. So this is about the war you don't know. That shit kind of got us by surprise. We
Like
had
they're
no
just
idea.
chilling over there, like
Yeah.
not engaging with them or anything.
Cigarette?
There you go. I'm about to murder all of these prisoners, bro.
Yeah, that's the last cigarette.
I mean, that's.
Bro.
Easy company?
He was just talking to that dude too. You know what I mean? Just like
From the same place, yeah.
That dude's a fucking traitor, bro. Of the worst caliber.
Yeah, they were.
Facts.
They don't have the manpower to have prisoners
Well,
right now.
it was his family.
Yeah, it was his family. It wasn't like he was like. It wasn't his, like his own.
I don't think he really had a choice in the matter.
Still, that's not gonna matter once you're on the front lines in the enemy uniform.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's sad about it. I don't think he. I don't think. I mean, that's what this is showing is like this is all chain of command, but down here at the ground level.
He even said "see you around," but he knew he was about to get capped probably. Oh damn! Right there.
Yeah, look how close like everything is, man. Like, everybody's just right around the corner from each other.
Scary.
And they're just set up in people's like what used to be people's farms. Like this is like people's homes and shit. Like.
MG-42s.
Damn.
I'll draw their fire to the right from the truck. Take 2 men and hit them from the left. Okay, go. Take Randy, envelop right, give covering fire.
Ray, on the machine gun. Don't give away your position until you have to. I want that TNT as soon as you see we've captured the first gun. Go.
Having the element of surprise is tight, but like, I would be anxious that people always have the element of surprise on me. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
No, he waved at him. That's the plan.
Yeah, but
I can't see nothing.
Oh shit!
Just got up in a tree.
Yeah, you're like up there.
Right? Smart.
Shoot him down.
Shoot.
Thinking vertically.
Oh shit. One was gonna go down.
Bullets just flying.
Wow.
Bro. Like,
insane.
Those
This
shells
is
just going
insane.
off.
This is nuts.
Nash, stop.
Did you get shot in the ass?
Whoa!
Oh my god. This is insanity. This is straight insanity.
I'm sorry, sir.
You just got shot in the ass. Right? Okay.
Oh shit! It's right fucking there!
Oh my god.
lucky bastard, Joe.
He's like, is my dick okay?
Right.
First thing you check to see if is your dick okay.
I didn't forget what the fucking plan was.
Are you just gonna walk?
I think he can crawl back to camp.
That's crazy.
Like, honestly, be the safest way.
Bro, that's the way you're trying to move. We gotta move lower to the ground like this. Like, bro, you play Call of Duty, right? Like, there's a reason why you're fucking. Is he gone? Oh no!
Oh shit!
That was a friendly fire.
We gotta pay attention.
They just fumbled on the grenade.
Think one of those dead crabs has a Luger.
Dude, fuck your Luger right now, you moron.
I mean, bro, he's the kind of boy you want sometimes. You know what I mean? The country boy.
He's more worried about loot than getting the mission done.
You are a fool.
That's not a Luger, you dumbass.
Shit. Christ, they must think he's a medic or something.
Not fucking
Gonna need a goddamn medic.
Dumb move, bro.
Okay.
Wait till everything's done. And you're dead.
You lucky bastard. That's fucking Mickey right there trying to get loot while we're like, dude, come back.
Pistol. Slide a grenade down that bitch.
You know, toss a grenade in there? What is that, the flare? Is that a flare?
Oh my god, he really is.
Is that gonna work?
Nice.
Oh, he's destroying their
Nice.
Flasher, covering fire. Third gun here. Lorraine, grab the
I just forgot the old school grenades look like that.
Yeah, they're destroying their weapons.
Well, they said that they were using that gun. I think they said they were firing on Omaha Beach, one of the beaches at the D-Day landing. So, like,
they're
if they take these out, the boys on the
mortar
beach will be able to land easier.
Nice.
Winners! That's the sending needed ammo! Move on, you can! Everyone! Mighty P, let me take a shot at the next gun! All yours! Let's go, dog company!
They just wanted it. They're like, fuck it, nah, we going. Like, let us get a shot at these assholes. Man.
They're just bum rushing this fucking thing.
Just no fucks given, just fucking fearless.
Nope, didn't work. They rushed it. Oh, they worked.
It worked.
They just fucking try to rush that thing?
Bum rush, sometimes bum rush works, man.
Damn, bro, this one shot right here, though. For back in the day, this shit.
I know.
What?
Going backwards too, like
I figure there's maybe 40 or so crowds still manning 3 MG-42s to the rear.
all in a day's work.
Oh, or tank.
Our tanks were shit compared to the Germans. Germans had superior technology in this war.
By nightfall, 2nd Battalion had secured Saint-Marie-du-Mont, and elements of the 4th Division were beginning to move men and material inland. We had an hour to rest and scrounge whatever food we could before we had to move south and secure the town of Couleville.
Couleville?
It's crazy how close World War I and II were to each other. Like,
I know.
the huge wars like that could happen
And how
almost back to
vastly
back.
different they were.
How
Yeah.
close were we? Like 10 years?
Maybe
Like 25-ish years.
Any word on Lieutenant Meehan yet, sir?
No, not yet.
Oh, I thought that was Meehan on the tank. Never
Don't that
mind.
make you our commanding officer, sir? Yeah, it does.
So when I say don't fire, you don't fire, motherfucker.
Right?
Joe, the lieutenant don't drink.
Today he does.
It's been a day of firsts. Don't you think, Garnier?
Yes, sir.
Alright, you know, he was pissed. He was pissed, that's why he fired on those guys. I
I
understand.
mean, bro, after a while, you just end up having so much love and respect for your crew. It's just
Yeah. Can't hold anything against people in like wartime, I suppose.
yeah. The camaraderie just becomes way too great.
Plus, they saw so much death on the way down. Like most of their friends didn't even make it.
Like they know how everything is short.
Hey! Dick! What? You know that map you found? That had every Kraut gun in Normandy on it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Here.
He did like the extra objectives, you know?
Yeah, he got an S rank.
He did the extra objectives.
That's
guys.
so
He got
huge
the
though,
S
getting
rank.
a map like that.
Thanks. A John Hall, New Yorker. Got killed today at Bray Corps. I never knew him. Yeah, you did? Radio op, 506 basketball team, Able Company.
Oh, that's that kid.
He's a good man.
Moriarty.
Man. Not even old enough to buy a beer.
He's talking about Moriarty. So sad.
That's crazy.
I've always been in the notion that if you can go out and fight a war for your country, you should be able to go drink.
I sent that map up to division.
Oh yeah.
I think it's gonna do some good.
Dude, when I was at Fort St.
A
Houston,
lot of people got drafted in this war too, didn't they?
Yep.
And that's another fucked up thing. Like,
was the Vietnam War there?
Like,
The draft stopped. I forget.
Like literally, people had no choice, man. Like
I think it was both wars.
Nobody wanted to be here. Like no.
Drafts are not on anymore, right? We apologize.
Dude, I don't even know if
Actually, I think it was more Vietnam because in this war, Americans were pissed because of Pearl Harbor. A lot of them volunteered.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that shit.
That night, I took time to thank God for seeing me through that day of days and prayed I would make it through D+1. And if somehow I managed to get home again,
Yeah, because they jumped in like the early morning. Now it's night.
that I would find a quiet piece of land someplace and spend the rest of my life in peace.
So where they're staying at is completely safe, right? So they could let the guard down.
I
mean, you can never let your guard down, but
Yeah,
it's,
bro.
Yeah, they probably got
it's
people
pretty well secured.
guarding the perimeter. Shit.
Yeah, because you could get mortar fire any second.
That's crazy. You can't even sleep.
The following medals were awarded.
Nice.
So they're showing like real life shit.
These were real people, man.
These were
Garnier,
real shootings, too.
Lorraine.
Like they just showed a real thing that happened.
Compton, Malarkey.
Hell yeah, Lieutenant Richard Winters! Winters killed it, dude.
Yeah.
Woo! That's awesome.
That's fucking dope, man. Holy shit, that's awesome.
Dude, that went by in no time.
Right.
That was so good.
That went by pretty quick.
Wow.
That was
You
so
guys
good.
ready?
That was really, really good.
Yo, that
was
was
really
that's
good.
dope.
Really
How
good.
oh yeah, let's do 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's dope how it's used as a textbook case to show how to disable a fixed position or like assault on a
Yeah.
fixed position or whatever. Like, cause the way they did that was like clockwork almost, even though it was seemingly going
It looks so chaotic.
against
It
the
looks-
original
it looks
plan. But
so
yeah,
chaotic.
they were just
They all-
slowly moving point to point and like yeah.
They were like, oh no, we have enough, we have whatever, we have enough, and then it would just like take out each gunner, dude. They had every fixed position. I loved how they had the men on top of the trees.
Mute if you're not talking over there.
I love how they had the men on top of the trees, and then they had like an upward position, and they were just like mowing them down, bro. And he had to get the shot across, like he had to be a good fucking shot
Yeah.
to make that happen.
And calling them out. I mean, they're doing recon up on those trees.
Yeah.
I do like the detail of just like, I mean, it's just the chaos of the warfare. Because, like, in a lot of movies, you see, like, you know, two people shooting each other with some accuracy, but really, in war, it's just pray and spray until you hit something. It's like, it's just chaos. And it just, the quick thinking and all the signals they have to know. Like, that guy said a whole fucking sentence without saying a fucking
Yeah.
word.
Right.
I love, dude. I love.
Oh, it's okay.
I love their.
One more thing, and it really, I think what this episode really highlighted, especially with the German guy from Oregon, is just like the only people that wanted this war is the people high up in the chain of command. You know, obviously Hitler was causing trouble, but when you get down to the ground level, like these soldiers, especially with the draft and shit, like. Nobody wanted to be here, and it just did a really good job of showing.
Oh, hold
us.
on.
The soldiers.
That German kid from Oregon wanted to be there. Like,
Yeah.
he specifically said Hitler
No,
asked
no.
and we answered the call.
No, his family did. He was forced.
answered the call. It was showing that kid didn't like have
Yeah,
to
he
be
didn't-
there. Like he didn't really have a choice.
Yeah, his
is,
family.
is what it was
What?
showing.
He appeared to be old enough that
Wait,
if his
hold on,
family
let-
said
let
we're
me-
going
let
to
me
Germany
finish
to fight
though. Let
against
me
America,
finish
he
though.
could have said no.
I think
Let
I'm more
me
on Chris's
finish,
side on this
though.
one.
That's what I said. I mean, you can go against your family if they
Yeah,
highly
I'm
suggest that you
going-
don't have to go.
It just showed that soldiers on both sides are just fucking people, man. Like there's no like, we're all just people, and it's just crazy that it just did a really good job of showing that the whole concept of like us versus them, it's really just, it's all propaganda that just gets trickled down.
Some of them are fucking Nazis, though, Mickey. Some of them are fucking Nazis.
Some of them are Nazis.
Every single one of them was a Nazi in my book.
Yeah, hey man, look. You gotta understand, the Nazis and the Krauts back and the Germans back in the day, yes, there were some German soldiers. Like, have you guys ever seen...
unmute yourself.
My bad. Hey, you've seen that one movie with Tom Cruise? I forget what it's called again.
Operation Valkyrie.
Valkyrie?
I mean, Valkyrie. There were some Germans that were completely against what was happening during World War II. But for the most part, a lot of them were pretty complicit, obviously. You know what I mean? With, like, just how Nazi Germany went and, with just their whole regime. I'm not a big historian... But I will say
let's
that
remember that Hitler was elected.
Yes, yeah, you know what I mean. They, it was very much the blonde hair, blue eyes. The Aryan race.
Aryan race, yeah.
Yeah, so like it wasn't like they were all. I mean, they all had families. Don't get me wrong. Every one of these motherfuckers had families and they had kids and all that shit. But like, they all stood for something that was very, very wrong at that time. I feel like.
Specifically, when I said every one of them is a Nazi in my book, I'm talking about the people that were in the military. I am keenly aware that there are a bunch of Germans who were against it and still were complacent and were living in the country that, that's just how it is. But, like, if you're fighting in this war, you chose to put on this uniform, I don't give a fuck if you were conscripted. You could have did anything. I don't give a fuck, like, how. But, like, if you're out there in the war and you wearing hold on, let me finish. I don't give a fuck if it was a draft. If you try to draft me right now into a war I disagree with, I'm going to try to run. I'll take the fucking court-martial, what the fuck ever. But I'm not about to take up arms against people that, like, I'm not for. So, you're wearing a uniform, you're a fucking Nazi. Full stop. And
you're about the Muhammad Ali that joint.
I agree, kind of, Chris, because, like, that guy, he even said he had to answer the call, but that would mean to some extent he believed in the cause then, right?
Yeah, he said every true Aryan had to answer the call.
Yeah, so I'm with like Brad Pitt and them on this one, man. If you a Nazi, you a Nazi. Get
Nazi,
carved into your fucking forehead.
And, Nazi,
straight up,
will not tolerate a Nazi.
For every like innocent that was there, I'm sure like there were 10 times the Frederick Zollers.
Also, does it also matter what age like his family went? Like, let's say if you're a 7-year-old, how much can you say not to go into that?
And then the one thing I will also want to say, us having a little bit of remorse for the enemy, being a soldier, like how we're feeling right now, would be the dumbest. Like, that's gonna get your ass killed.
Yeah, but sure. I mean, if Avatar taught us anything, the enemy,
Avatar teaches me
even
shit
the
in
worst
World War II,
enemies,
fam,
there are innocents there. Like, there's not like it's not always black and white.
I know. We'll figure that innocence out.
Avatar teaches you that.
Oh yeah, bro. That's
Avatar teaches you to love villains.
You just say shoot them all and let God sort it out.
Essentially,
exactly. In turn, word, Chris, you're right. I would let God sort it out. I'm gonna shoot first and let God sort it out later. Especially in World War II. I'm sorry.
I think the part of this episode that gave me the most chills wasn't even in the episode. It was in the beginning when the old man was like, every man has to prepare himself to make that jump. Like, every man has to do that himself. Like, it's just, this is really fucking well done. Like, they're showing real people and, like, real events that happen. And it's not... it's a little... I mean, there's a... it's very grand and epic, but, I mean, this was essentially what it was like. Yeah.
I bet you it was just a
those guys were the guys. That guy said that he lost his famous leg bag or whatever the fuck. Guys, I'm sorry. I know, like, we should know if this is,
I think that was like Lieutenant Malarkey and shit, and like some of the people that
we don't know that, but I'm guessing. I think that it was them.
It sounded like there was more than one person that had lost their leg bag. So it sounded like there was more than one. I also wanted to bring up with the kind of documentary feel in the beginning when they're talking with the actual soldiers.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up two things. One, they do that in Interstellar when they're talking about the Dust Bowl, and two, they do it in there's this Halo commercial where they're like talking about the wars that happened in Halo like afterwards, and they use that same framing tactic where it's like an actual soldier like speaking about a war that had previously happened, and they do it a lot in the like Civil War, not Civil War, but the Great War. What's the documentary filmmaker name that? Oh my God, Surge, documentary filmmaker, black and white.
What did you say? Black
and white documentary filmmaker.
It's a filmmaking tactic that a lot of people use to like sell the realness of a documentary.
Noir?
No, it's
mockumentary.
No, it's a guy. He's famous. He films documentaries. He's got
side film.
Is it the one that
Morgan Freeman,
the Community episode that did the
yes, like
riff
the
off
Community
of?
episodes? What's the guy who makes those documentaries?
I don't know why I can't think.
David
of his name
Attenborough.
Right now. I can't think of his name right now.
But there's a specific guy that has. That
Yeah. He does like these documentaries.
So
this is so
but like that's a great framing technique to make the things that you're about to watch feel like more real and more grounded, and like you're able to connect it to real people and real events. You know.
Yeah. I just want to say how I love the way they're shooting it, and like the way that like it's not like clear. It's like it looks like it's shot in olden times, you know. And they just did a really, really good job with all the action.
Ken Burns
shot, all like just dude. Sir said it earlier, and I don't know if you guys caught it. I might have repeated it, but like when the paratroopers were dropping, it was like almost beautiful and like scary, you know, because you just see just this sky full of men falling. You know what I mean? And it looks fucking extravagant.
That was nose-hating.
I know, extravagant. And it's also like it's beautiful and it's daunting for both sides. Because both sides are like, oh my god, am I gonna make it? And the other side is like, oh god, they're coming for us.
And
it's
I was telling them that like I've seen D-Day represented in a lot of different perspectives, but I don't think I've ever seen the Airborne Ranger perspective.
No, I've never seen
like
this
with the
perspective.
parachutes and stuff from the boat, from the beach,
boat.
And then
that's
Omaha Beach.
Yeah, the main
Dunkirk
character
also.
in Slaughterhouse 5, I think he was a paratrooper, if I'm right. I haven't read that book in years. Marquetta, what about the European perspective on the shenanigans?
You know what I like probably it was a very subtle thing, but towards the end of the episode, one of the guys was chilling by a memorial of World War One.
Yeah.
And you could see the years clearly carved on top, and then just the names of people that died in that town. And you know, year obviously 1918. And now here we are in
1940 something.
Like barely 20
I don't know
years later.
Which year did D-Day happen? Was it 45?
1947?
No. I think it was.
I think it was 45.
Yeah, it was either 44 or 45, maybe.
It was 44.
44. Yeah, so you know that's
like not that far away. Yeah,
30 years.
I mean, even
that is the insane part to me.
I said the same thing during the episode, Marquetta, when I saw that memorial. That like the years between World War I and II was barely 20, because World War II really started in like 1937, 38, when like Hitler invaded
and
Poland.
it was a carryover from the first war because they didn't handle things properly at the end of that one, and it just led to the fucking second.
What's also crazy about that is like there's a short timeline between the two wars, but how just drastically different in technology and tactics it was. Like World War I was all trench warfare, and it was very, very slow. You know, we gain a little ground here, gain a little ground there. World War II
planes
was all about the machine guns. Like the machine guns were like a huge, like on all fronts. Every country had like, you know, their machine gun or whatever, and those things would just shred entire like platoons. You know what I mean? Like this was mainly a battle of like machine guns and tanks, and like the technology was just so ramped up in World War II in such a short period of time.
Yeah,
there's a YouTube channel called The Great War where he is like a World War I and World War II historian, and he goes through and talks about it. And one of the things he was talking about in World War I was like when the platoons weren't broken apart at first in the very beginning to a way that like they could make their own decisions. It had to be like, hey, all right, we got to this point, right? And the information that we had was incorrect. So like a dude had to go back, like run back to the higher ups, get an answer, and come back to him. And that's one of the reasons why I was moving so slow. And like towards the end, they started figuring out that like you could give a group of people like an objective and be like, do it however the fuck you can. Like I'm not out there on the field with you. Like I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Like World War I was a big holdover from the like previous wars and shit to like, it was just a big change. And then this is like another big change. And then jump forward to all of our terrible current day super modern wars that are like, yeah, you know, fucking, it's all ridiculous.
Yeah, hey, this is a good segue into something I want to talk about with the vets in the beginning. Don't they seem like a lot more composed? And like, I can't speak for what kind of PTSD these guys might have had, but they for sure seem to be, to me at least, in a better mental state than the vets in our current wars, and like
Because,
people
I
who are in
mean,
Iraq and stuff.
They've had time.
I mean, they only showed 3 actual
Yeah.
vets in the very beginning.
They've had time, and I'll be real with you, man. A lot of vets, they don't get over a lot of things. They're very, very whatever. Some men, bro, you gotta understand, they're made of steel. You know, they can take things a lot better than other men can, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and also I feel like these vets, like
but like we only saw like 3 actual vets in their 80s. If they had severe PTSD, they might not have made it to that age, and also they probably wouldn't have wanted to be on camera.
Yeah.
So literally, we got like the people who could muster to do it.
And the last guy was like tearing up.
Yeah.
When he was saying his last word, it's just, he kind of choked.
And the thing about PTSD, man, it goes in so
it
many
was
different
definitely
ways.
painful.
You gotta understand, man. Like, you know, our soldiers nowadays, you know, what they're facing with it is they're dealing with kids. They're dealing with bombs in places that they don't ever see, and it just fucking happens. And they're dealing with that shit. You know what I mean? They're dealing with fucking going on the road on a regular mission to go get some fucking food, and then a bomb blows up. They don't know how the fuck that happened. They gotta deal with that shit.
There's no line.
There's no line.
I mean, that's the difference between fighting like a country and an insurgency.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
And it's just, you know, war never changes, and I feel like PTSD is one of those things. I feel like, you know, it's crazy. I feel like nowadays it's more prevalent, and they're doing a really good job of helping our soldiers out. But back in the day, like look at Peaky Blinders, for example, man. That was like what, post World War I, and you see fucking you see Thomas Shelby over here dealing with it like no one's fucking business. But back in the day, they couldn't even like be like, yo, this is what you fucking got. They couldn't even get to the idea that, hey, a man spent all this time in the fucking trenches and he's just warped.
Yeah,
they
there was no
I don't think that
real
it's more prevalent now because it's like around more, but I think it's just like diagnosed properly. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like before, and people were like, "Oh, 1,000-yard stare" and like shell shock, but now it's like we have a word for it, and we can prove like chemically like that this is a thing that's happening to you, instead of just being like, you know. It's like old, like, fucking euphemism. People are like, oh, he came back and he was different. But, like, now we can properly diagnose it. You know what I mean? It's just, like, with time we're able to actually know what's going on.
And, like, and the thing about war now, war has changed. Because, like, now you hear about, you know, it's crazy. You hear about, you know, soldiers out there that are using drones to, like, go commit a lot of these atrocities in war. And they're having PTSD from doing that. Just being able to press a fucking button. You know, it's scary. That's what war is nowadays, so...
I don't know if it was like Mindhunter or something that talked about like I think they were just theorizing how like serial killers and stuff like where like people grow up with like fucked up mindsets, and part of it was like their parents or whatever or their dads were like suffering from severe PTSD from like shit like the wars that were being fought back then, and that's why there was such a surge in like weird crimes like that in like the 60s and 70s or whatever.
I mean,
which is crazy to think about. I don't know if that's like genetically passed down, but sometimes chemical imbalances can be.
It could be, you know what I mean? And like, I mean, again, the environment you grow up, it really, really does play in the person you become. So, you know, man, shit.
Good episode.
Good episode. Good talk, like always, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and a big shout out to Aaron, Eleanor, Explorin, Joe Mags, Yagami, Michael, Pavi, Ricky, Ruby, Nick, Bystander, Tristan, Tacos, Keyboard Junkie, NYR Fan, and CJP. Thanks guys.